A couple nights ago, I was lying awake in my bed. It was around 3 in the morning, just not being able to fall asleep. I was letting my mind run rampant, overthinking and reeling over things that have happened in the past. And in that moment, I decided, you know what, I'm going to pray, because when in doubt, pray. And out of nowhere, through all of that overthinking, I thought, does any of it really matter? Is all the things that I'm overthinking right now, does it matter? Ecclesiastes 1 verse 2 says, "Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity." We spend so much of our time and our lives worrying about the most insignificant things, what we look like, how we dress, what other people think about us. And it may seem significant in the moment, but when you take a step back and look inward, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. No good can come from ruminating over what's happened in the past or worrying about what's going to happen in the future. Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9 says, "The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun." Meaning, you cannot go back in time. You can't go back and change anything that has happened. It happened, whatever it was. And, did it suck? Yeah. Did it leave you feeling angry, sad, or heartbroken, confused, anxious, worried? Yeah, probably, but you have to accept and come to terms with the simple fact that it has happened. It's done. It's over. So then you have to ask yourself, now what? Will you continue to agonize over something that's no longer and probably wasn't ever entirely in your control in the first place? Or will you use it as an opportunity to learn? Because I firmly believe that every experience that we go through, good or bad, every experience that God allows us to go through, there's a lesson behind it. There's a lesson to be learned through that experience. And you might not understand why it's happening as it's happening, or you might not get the lesson the first, second, third, or 50th time that God allows you to go through it. But that's why prayer is so important, because you can ask God. You can ask Him to help you understand, to help you not only understand, but to help you figure out, okay, what's next? What do I do from here? What now? What am I going to do from this point on? I'm actively choosing not to dwell, not to agonize over it, because He said it before. Don't dwell on the former things. Let them pass away. Let it be in the past and just continue on. You can ask God, because no, you might not understand it in the moment, but He will reveal it to you as you ask Him, as you continually seek Him out. Another important thing from Ecclesiastes 1 verse 8, it says, "The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing." And this stuck out to me as I was reading this. This was all happening at 3 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I began to pray, and then out of nowhere, God just downloaded all of this into my spirit. And I took this verse relating to this topic, I took this verse to mean, as long as you're chasing after worldly things, you'll never be satisfied. You'll never feel like you have enough, or you'll never feel like you are enough. In the world that we live in, in this society, we're constantly wanting more and more money, more followers, higher status, bigger houses, faster cars, nicer clothes, all these things. And, while there's nothing inherently wrong with wanting these things, it's the idea that once those things are gotten, once those things are obtained, then life will be easy. Life will be, worry-free or stress-free. But that's just not the case. It's not the case. And it's because it's like we're almost brainwashed into thinking that way, even though it has never been the case. It just hasn't. Once you finally wake up and realize that none of it is as important as following God and living your life the way that He intended for you to live, you'll never be satisfied. You'll be stuck, essentially, because you'll always be wondering, well, why can't I get to the next step? Why do I feel like this? Why do I continue to worry and stress and dwell? It's because you continue to think, and again, it's because of the world that we live in. You continue to think that all of it matters, that all of it makes up who you are as a person, when in reality it's not. It doesn't. And then, okay, you might think, well, how does God want me to live my life? The answer, it is written. His word, and also through prayer. Again, you can ask him. It's so important to stay consistent with prayer and asking God and just keeping that line of communication open, because yes, we all will go through things in our life that won't make any sense. Why did this happen the way that it did? You could ask God for clarity. Ask him to help you understand why you went through that experience, as difficult as it might have been. Ask him, God, what do you want me to know about this? What do you want me to do going forward? And when you seek him first, when you seek him through everything that you do, everything will fall into place. I pray that this message gets to whoever it needs to today. Lord knows I needed to hear it as much as whoever else needed to hear it today. Thank you, and God bless.